got chills down my spine. What the hell are we doing? So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was a murder scene.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want me to check that
Be
again?
sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully.
Not
Like
you, Hifumi.
Using our hands? No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
Probably a good idea.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her.
Okay.
So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay.
Can you go back to not being Genocide Jack or Genocide Jill, whatever the fuck you are?
I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this?
Juan Super Saiyan!
What is it? Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
Is what?
a boy!
Oh!
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he.
No wonder I liked her so much. God damn it. Gotta always fall for those traps.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed
No,
him!
Genocide Jill, you get the fuck back.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Oh, sorry, links are... Yeah. I might be able to... What were you trying to link me to? I can't really turn it off right now.
That certainly does make things much more exciting.
Oh, well, Chihiro is still bae, in my opinion. Doesn't matter if it's a guy. I don't have any problems with that.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting.
Alright.
Now that we've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy, let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
I think that Chihiro was actually a guy. I thought it never crossed my
And
mind.
because the victim was male, he would have
Well, yeah,
had
why
no
would you think
problem
that?
gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male,
then yes, that would be true.
We could always ask
Of
Monokuma.
course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
Okay,
So
so
then,
yeah.
there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room.
So it could
and was
still be
then later
Byakuya.
moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into
Yeah.
the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become...
Other than who the murderer was. Thanks,
Okay,
Byakuya.
well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Yeah, see?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you.
Okay, yeah.
And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided
You're a
to
fucking
alter it.
psycho, just like the Jill over there.
Fucking with us right now?
Yeah, seriously.
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead, find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
Seriously.
My reasons hardly matter right now.
No, you're fucking me.
Finding the
Fuck
culprit
you.
is much more important, wouldn't you say?
Asshole.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
So we've eliminated 3 people. So there's Celeste, Hina, Sakura, Biker Dude, and Noble
Well,
Dude,
I
and
don't think I can
Himafuma.
say for sure without talking about it a little more.
They're seriously gonna keep
Oh,
going?
and yeah, that
We're all
guy.
good, aren't
Man,
we?
there's a lot more
thought
people
it
than I thought there
clear
was.
Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
Yeah.
Because if we're wrong,
We all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Byakuya didn't do it. And who's the real killer? The one who killed Chihiro? I would imagine that the killer would be a guy, because it was in the guy's room. William's handbook was apparently broken. The killer would have to use their own. In other words, it had to be a guy. But still not enough. I need to find more clues. Wait, what was Celeste's account? On a night of the murder. Oh, the exercise clothes. Okay.
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Yeah.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
Not true. Celeste saw her before she went to the gym.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
Track jacket and a duffel bag. But we didn't find anything like that at the
Yeah.
murder scene.
So where could that be?
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
But they can only
And
destroy
that
that.
is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Kind of alright.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times.
Of course he always
And
declined.
he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting
Yeah.
with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out
Yeah,
who
but
it
we have
was.
no idea who that could
But
be.
knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
Yeah, like,
No.
exactly.
You already have what you need to make the connection.
Really?
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
I do?
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket.
I'm really confused how this could actually correlate. Yeah, does it really have some kind of clue? It's hard to believe. That's my exact thought right now, is like, how could those two things be connected at all? Oh, I doubt it's any of these.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. This exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
Interesting. I'm not actually sure on
You
this
heard him,
one.
right? What he just said without even realizing it?
How did you know what color? We never
First of all,
mentioned a
we know
color.
where Chihiro was heading. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as...
Hold on. We never said what color the tracksuit was. How do you know it was blue?
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you
Did you
just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
So I'm stuffing a trap jacket into a duffel bag. And I assume you went to go head off exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color.
Exactly.
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue?
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's
Son of a bitch, Mondo, you
tracksuit
did it.
was?
Because I just... I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility. Cherry?
Why do you talk about everything as if it was food?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No.
That can't be it either.
He stuffed it inside of a duffel bag.
Testimony.
Yeah. She was
When
trying, or
Celeste
he was trying to
noticed
hide it.
Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him
Really?
from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Wait, I get to respond with her? The fuck? The way he talked, he was a lot quieter.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently.
Oh. No, I didn't realize this
You
at
only
all.
call guys dude. For girls, it's chick.
And he did refer to Chihiro as dude towards the beginning of this.
And after he
thing.
was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful.
I think she's a robot, actually.
I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
Did you really kill Bae? asshole.
I didn't kill anyone. You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Because you run a criminal gang bike thing.
He would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
No.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly
Oh
come.
right, you did say you saw something.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah,
What?
that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Is it actually evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all
Just
that
say
relevant.
it.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, that, here it is.
Wait, is that a handbook?
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so
That's
I
extremely
scooped it up.
important. Kind of on the ground, then that must mean it's
I got it!
Chihiro's?
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime,
Yeah.
right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I
Busted.
imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the
But how
murder.
could you break it? There's
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall.
Is it Leon's?
For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
I
By
got it!
hitting its weak point.
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Ah, you remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
That doesn't mean they couldn't
But if
accidentally.
The handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick
Someone figured out the
succession,
weak point.
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Okay, well, now it has to be one of two people.
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
That
The temperature
bastard.
in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
Probably
How'd
because
they
they
find
broke.
out? Monokuma said he
Because
didn't
they
tell
probably
anyone, right?
were in the sauna with their e-handbook and broke it by accident.
Indeed.
And the only two people that have been in there that I know of is Mondo and the fucking noble student dude.
What if they found out by accident?
Exactly.
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing
Because
its
he didn't
weakness,
take his clothes
and it
off.
broke?
Mondo didn't take his clothes off, so he probably still had the e-handbook in his pocket. And when he realized that it broke, he took Leon's to replace his own. So all we have to do is tell him to turn on his
They
e-handbook.
realized it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I
might
do.
know someone who did.
Exactly.
Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Where are you, Mondo?
Here's my answer.
Mondo Iwata.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on.
Exactly.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold up. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof.
I don't
The actual
have
solid proof.
the reason, like, I don't have his motive, though. I don't want to believe it either. Okay. Oh man, that's a lot of bullets.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, that's wrong.
Hold on. But let's see your handbook then.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now.
Is
Is
it
it really
really
yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works.
Exactly.
I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
Yeah.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes? But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says...
No,
that
we've already gone through this,
that
that taking the dead student's handbook is
Here's
not.
how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time?
Oh, the
from
comics
beginning.
section.
That way, everything will become clear.
Forgot about
And
the
we'll all
comics
see
section.
If I was right or wrong.
Alright. Closing statement. Okay. Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse with a duffel bag in. Yeah. Saw the blue duffel bag, or the blue shirt, stuffed it in, ran away. There's something everyone has to do. Okay. Scanned it. It's locker room, the boys. Yeah, it says boys. Okay. Weapon killer used. I still don't have like a motive though. Oh wait. This. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Splattered the picture and then the carpet. Disguise the truth, the killer switched around the carpet as well as something else. Oh shit. Fuck. So what would this be? Oh, no, I see. There's another. Didn't see this one. Yeah. Painting. It's the locker room that the killer moved to. Girls. Killer took something from the other locker room and switched to the crime scene. Wait. Why is the orb still here? Oh. This one. Okay. Why is there so many things about that one little poster? What was it that Byakuya brought to the murder scene? There only have been that. When Byakuya arrived on the scene, what did he use to disguise what happened? Ugh, God, that's so creepy. Wait, what did he... Oh, the words on the wall. Where did the killer go after he was done? The sun. I think that's the sun. Well, the only thing that could have been is this. Alright, let's hope this is right.
What happened?
I didn't even realize there was a timer on
Let's take
that.
a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain
It's a
entrance
trap.
to the boys' locker room.
The best kind of trap.
Once inside, he
That
met
is
with
trap.
someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation,
Because
making
he's an
things
asshole.
even more complicated.
Don't know. That doesn't come up very often.
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the
God,
cord
I
to
hate
string
the
up
neck thing.
Chihiro's
Stop.
lifeless body.
Stop. Make it go away.
Then, using the victim's
Just trying not to
own
look
blood,
at it.
he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook.
Yep.
And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Orada?